Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to University of Ghana Business School for our second day of our orientation program. We would start very soon, but just a few housekeeping rules. Please kindly put off your videos because there are a lot of times that your videos are on unknowingly, and you are doing things that you wouldn't want anybody to know. So please, I would kindly plead with you, kindly put off your videos for us, please. Madam Sarah, Yanu, we can see your video. Ibrahim, you just came on Irabana, please kindly put off your, because we are trying from our end to put off your videos. When we put it off, then you put it on again. So we beg you, let's make this as smooth as possible. All of you kindly put off your videos. Thank you. Madam Sarah, your video is still on. We are going to put you off from here. Please don't put it on again. Thank you. Okay, so welcome once again, Prof. Fiado. If you are here, please just say hi to me so that I can hear your voice. Then we can start. I've made you co-host already.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. and welcome to day 2 of the orientation program of the graduate students of the University of Ghana Business School. I must say that we are happy to have you join us for your journey on your master's programs, and we are hoping that your stay with us will be memorable, enjoyable to say the least. And when you're done in all, you would have some good stories to share out there. To start us on the program today, we'll have Dr. Stephen M. Brimer of the Department of Marketing and Entrepreneurship to walk us through a few issues that are considered pertinent on your journey into the master's program. So, Dr. Brimer, over to you, please.
Thank you very much, Prof. And a good afternoon and welcome to all of you. My name is Brimer, Stephen Brimer, and we'll spend the next 50 minutes or so to go through what the academic issues are for us for the period that we'll be staying here, a year or 2 years, depending on our program. So let me start, and at the end of it, we have some questions, you could raise it, then we can respond to them. Okay, so the first thing is that any institution you are, there are rules, and in Ghana, we like to say rules and regulations that govern the life in the institute. So it's University of Ghana. So I entreat all of us to visit the University of Ghana School of Graduate Studies website to download the regulations that govern the master's program. As you can get that from www.sgs.ug.edu.gh. And remember, you need to be confident with it. In Ghana, we say that ignorance of the law is no excuse. So it'll be good to be very conversant with it. But in this presentation, I will take you through certain parts of it that are key for your stay here with us. The first thing is that your studentship is actually assured as a student when you register. And so you need to visit the UG website, www.ug.edu.gh, and follow a stepwise instructions to register yourself. So make sure that you don't miss registration. Now, when you get to the site, there's a step-by-step guide as to how you can go to registration. Simple, it's easy. But for the purposes of our presentation, I'll just run you quickly through the steps here, give you a head start, and when you get into the website, you still have these instructions that will guide you to duly register easily. First of all, you need to register with your student ID number and PIN. Now, for those of you who have accessed your letters already, ID numbers are there. Your 5-digit pins are also on it. If you've not done that yet, now item 2 guides you as to how you can download your admission letter so as you can identify your student ID number and your 5-digit pin. Now, once you have that, then you can now log in to start the registration process. So the registration process cannot be started without your letter. Now, once you click on registration and click on student enabler, which you'll find on the left-hand side of the screen, and click on submit registration, then the process opens up to you. Now, you'll find blue letters, and then of which you'll find qualification code. Select register for this qualification. Then you can click on save and continue. And then it opens up for you to register your courses. Take the boxes to the course that you want to register. So all you need to do is just take the boxes to the courses. Remember, if you take the box of a wrong course, you are reason for the wrong course. So be careful as you take those boxes, after which you save and you continue. And then so you can view the courses that you have selected, just to make sure that you've selected the right courses. Then you can click on continue to view the registration is cost. That's the academic user fee where applicable. And then eventually click on accept registration. That completes your registration. You must print a proof of registration and keep the proof of registration. It might come in handy one day, you never know. So please, after registration, make sure you print and keep a proof of registration before you log out and exit. Now, you don't need to memorize this. It's just to expose them to you. But on the website, it gives you the same step-by-step guide as to how to carry out the registration. Now, if you fail to register, it means you have forfeited your place in the semester. So it means every semester you need to register. So 2 times for 1-year programs, 4 times for 2-year programs. And when you're registering, take note of the course codes. Every course has a code, a unique code assigned to every individual course. So please, always remember that at the beginning of every semester, you got to register. It's a very important exercise. That is what makes you a bona fide member of your cohort. If you don't, then it means that you're not a member of the cohort for that semester. Don't forget, please. Now, once you have enrolled for a program, can I change? No. There were reasons why you were accepted for a particular program. And so once you have been enrolled for that program, you cannot change to another program. If you're doing an MA or an MSc, it's a 2-semester program. If you're doing an MBA or MPA, or its equivalent, it's a 4-semester program. And if you're doing an executive MBA, it's also a 4-semester program. So you can just say a year program and 2-year programs for the executive MBA, for the MBA, and then the Master in Public Administration as well. Now, what happens if in the course of my studentship, something happens that I cannot control and I may have to postpone or I may have to defer? Yes, you're allowed to do that. So for the MA, MSc, Master's programs, you can defer for a semester. For the EMBA, Master's programs, and for the MBA and MPA, that is 2 semesters. But you must ensure that if you are extending your program, you complete it within this period that have been ascertained. It means 1-year program in 3 years, and 3 semesters, 2-year programs in 6 semesters maximum. But also remember that there are fees attached to these extensions as well. But yes, you are allowed some extension. 1 semester for 1-year program, 2 semesters, 2-year program. By way of credit hours, for the 1-year program, 30 to 36 credit hours means that minimum is 30. You can add some electives to get to the maximum of 36. Your long essay carries 6 credit hours. The seminar carries 3 credit hours. So the total minimum of 39 credit hours and 45 credit hours maximum. What it means is that as you register, you go through the program, you yourself can tell whether you are meeting the minimum credit hours. If it's a 2-year program, that is the executive MBA, the MBA, and the Masters in Public Administration. In your first year, your minimum number of credit hours should be 24 and maximum 36. Second year, similarly, minimum 24, maximum 36. Your long essay carries 6 credit hours. Then you have your seminar as well, which also give you 3 credit hours. We are looking at the total of 60 to 72 credit hours. It means you will not go beyond 72, but you can graduate with 60 credit hours. Anywhere in between, that is fantastic. Now, let me come to how we grade our key performance indicator, and that is our exams. For our examination, A is 80 to 100%. That's excellent. You should aim for 100%, but be happy to get 80%. B plus is 70 to 79, very good. B is 60 to 69, good. C is 50 to 59, is pass. Language in Ghana is gentlemanly pass. D is 30 to 49, that's a fail. And F2 is another fail. In other words, you don't want to find yourself between D and F. Where you should actually be aiming for is A, B plus, or B. Even though C is a pass, I'll tell you why you shouldn't be aiming for a C shortly. Now, when you register and you start your program, let's say this semester, you're expected to continuously be in class and run the program through the 2 semesters or the 4 semesters. But sometimes you don't control circumstances. So if for one reason or the other, there's an emergency that would not allow you to continue smoothly, but you need to break, provisions made for that as well. And so what do? You have to write in advance to the board of the graduate studies. That is the board of School of Graduate Studies, through the head of department, whichever department you find yourself, stating why that break or interruption in your studies is relevant. So that's the process. Don't just get up and leave. Write to the graduate school, write through your head of department, stating clearly what the challenges are, why you need to take that break. And please, from experience, now students write and just assume the one they have written, they have finished. No. Now, if you read the instructions in the handbook, you realize that when you apply, you have to get a response accepting the application and authorize you to take the break before you can proceed on the break. So it means write, wait and get communication back, approving the break before you can take the break. And when you are resuming, you write again to the board of the graduate studies of graduate studies, School of Graduate Studies, through the head of departments as well, announcing the fact that the time has ended, you are coming back to resume, so you can be reinstalled fully as a student as well. But always remember, get a response from the graduate school saying that you have been granted permission to break before you break. Now, if you stay for more than 2 semesters or for more than 1 semester extra, that is depending on whether it's a 2-year program or 1-year program, it is assumed that you have lost your credits. So your slate is back to 0. It means you need to reapply and come in as a fresh student. Because we don't want to do that, we entreat you to try to finish within the period. Examinations are held at the end of every semester. And for those who are doing the executive program, the examinations are written at the evenings of the weekdays. Let me repeat that. Between Monday to Friday, the weekdays, executive MBA students, the exams are written in the evening. Why? Because they come to school in the evening anyway. For the rest of us, MA, MSc, MBA, MPA, we write them at the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, mornings and afternoon. In other words, if you're doing an MSc, you will not write Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning, Sunday. No, you write one on a Saturday, another one on a Sunday. But it can be a morning or it can be an afternoon session. So 2 per week. It allows the week for you to combine your work and also be able to revise and get ready for the next weekend to write the exams. We have you in mind. Please, as I said, try to read the handbook, know the ins and outs. It's not a complex book, it's not a big book. It will give you a head start as to how to manage your time in the university. Who is qualified to write exams? A student who has duly registered for the semester, attended all lectures, seminars, and are taking all assignments, homeworks, project work, all that is required of you as a student. If you participate in all of them, then you are qualified now to sit in the final exam. So the exam is not just a matter of hiding in your corner somewhere, going through the books and burning the midnight oil to come and write what you have. No, it's a series of steps that we expect you to get involved. And the classroom work is very, very critical. You can do all this, but you've not attended lectures and you're prevented from writing exams. So please, the examination start from attending lectures, not revision of material for exams. But can I defer my examination? Oh, yes, you can defer your examination under certain circumstances. First of all, you cannot just defer your examination because you think you are not well prepared. No, that you cannot do that. So if you want to defer your examinations, most of the time is about ill health. So you are not able to undertake your examination. Then you have to apply to the Dean of the Graduate School of Graduate Studies with medical evidence. And that medical evidence would have to be certified by our medical director. That is the director of the University Health Services. We have to certify that, yes, this is right for the graduate studies. The School of Graduate Studies would approve that application to allow you to defer. But even to allow you to defer means that you are actually qualified to have written the exam. But it's because of unforeseen circumstances that you cannot write. That's why you are given that permission. But if you have not even registered, or you've not participated in all the requirements that you need to undertake in order to qualify you to write the exams, and you want to defer, that's not actually defer. It means you are not even qualified to write the exam in the first place. So please, in order not to abuse the system, we don't accept you deferring because you are ill prepared. No. Defer because probably you have an ill health, and that has to be certified. I might fail my exam. Yes, that's possible. But we are prepared for that as well. And so if you need to rewrite your paper, if a paper you start in the first semester, you have to rewrite it. You rewrite that in June or July. And the paper that you wrote in your second semester that you need to rewrite, you write that in December. All right? So please remember how this is structured. The first semester paper can be rewritten in June, July. The second semester paper can be rewritten in December. Now, you only write the paper because you have failed. If you are writing a receipt or a supplementary, as we call it, it means you have failed your original sitting. But if for one reason or other you did not write, you did not participate in the exam, you can't do a receipt. You must take that exam at the time or at the next time that that paper is being offered. So, Kujo and Ama, Kujo didn't write semester 1. Ama wrote and failed, or vice versa, whichever we wanted. Now, Ama can then write that paper she failed in June, July. But Kojo cannot write in June, July because he did not even participate. So he has to wait until when that paper is being offered in the regular examination before he can participate. How and when do you graduate? A student is in good standing to graduate. And a student in good standing means that for the 1-year program, you have at least 39 credit hours. And for the 2-year programs, you have at least 60 credit hours. Condition number 1. Condition number 2, you've obtained a final GPA, which is 2.5 or better. Now watch this. Even though C is a pass, if you accumulate too many C's, your final GPA would fall below 2.5. So that's why it means that even though C is a pass, you need to run away from them, because too many of them can drag your GPA down to below 2.5. And with below 2.5, and yet you pass all of them, you still cannot graduate. So please bear that in mind. But don't let that frighten you. Once you do the thing that you need to as a student, you always will pass, right? Just study and attend lectures. So you are not in good standing if you fall below 2.5. That's your GPA, final GPA, I mean. You pass all courses, but 2.5 cannot be gotten, is higher than what you had. It means you cannot graduate. Or alternatively, there's a core course you have failed and you've gotten 3.9, but you have failed a core course. A core course is a course that is mandatory for you to do. So even if you get 3.9 and you have failed a mandatory course, you cannot still graduate. That mandatory course must satisfy before you can graduate. All right, so this is just the key issues I think you need to know for now. And as you get into the system, get to know a lot more. It's just to guide you, not to frighten you, so you can find your way around. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, Dr. Brimer. I see that there are quite a number. Okay, so these are more of settings and then, okay. So at this point, we would like to invite the School of Graduate Studies. In fact, everything we do for our programs at the graduate level, it is housed within the ambit of the School of Graduate Studies, meaning that everything graduate studies reverts to them for the final word. And so they're here to give us a sense of what to expect and how to navigate the waters. And so in that regard, I'll invite the Vice Dean of the School of Graduate Studies. Prof, please. Thank you, and you may take over.
Thank you, Prof, and good afternoon. I would like to share my slide. So,
okay.
All right.
I think you can
share. Yeah, you can share. I'm giving you co-host.
Okay. Thank you.
So how's Prof is sharing a screen? There are a few questions that came to us directly, and then we will let Dr. Brimer answer them quickly for us. One question is, does students in good standing not apply to MBA students too?
Students in good standing apply to all the students. So all the programs, the executive program, the program machine program, the MA, the MSc, it applies to every student of every program.
Okay, so may I go ahead, or there are still a few more questions for the other speaker?
I believe we can proceed.
All right.
The questions will be answered later.
All right. Thank you. So good afternoon once again. My name is Dr. Sosei Safo. I'm the Vice Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, and I want to share with you students what the graduate student should know regarding regulations governing graduate studies. nursing. So from business school, as you move up to registry, it's adjacent to the School of Nursing. Now, if you have any issues, you could drop us an email. I would move straight to the handbooks, and I realized that the first speaker really emphasized on students paying attention to the content of the handbook. So it is your responsibility as a student of the University of Ghana to know both the specific requirements of the graduate degree that you have registered for or applied to do, the rules and regulations, as well as the policies of the university and the relevant, those of the relevant academic units that you belong to. Now, these regulations are contained in the handbooks for graduate students, and we have that for the master's degree studies and also handbook for PhD students. And these are online at our website, www.sgs.ug.edu.gh. In addition to finding information from the website, sometimes we also share information via email. So it is important that you activate your University of Ghana email so that you will not miss out on any communication that will be given out to students. So you will find the handbooks at the website, and so it's displayed in the short. You see the drop down, and you have PhD regulations, and then you also have master's regulations, plus information on the programs as well. And at the same website, there are also useful links to other pieces of information which we deem essential for you as students. Now, regarding registration, the university requires that all fresh students should go through the process of registration at the beginning of the academic programs, and you are required to register every semester for the courses that have been prescribed by your academic unit within the period that is set aside for registration. So there's a deadline for registration. You need to make sure that you do your registration within the specified period that is set aside so that you don't miss registration, because there are implications for not registering for a course. Just attending lectures is not enough for you to sit an exam for that course. You need to have been registered for the course, and this has to be done every semester. I believe the previous speaker actually took you through the steps that you find in the website. Again, note that as a student of the University of Ghana, you are not permitted to register for more than one program at the same time, whether within or outside the university. The sanction for such an offense is that one of the courses will be canceled, there will be cancellation of one of the courses, or you may even lose your studentship outright. If you wish to do any such thing, to register for two courses at the same time, you need to seek permission. So you need an express written approval of the Vice Chancellor before you can engage in such an act. Without permission, you cannot do that. Also note that registration by proxy is not allowed. You cannot register for someone else. Now, I would want to touch on the program structure for the academic session. So now we say that we are not in normal times. Our calendar has changed, you know. Previously, the first semester was between August and December. Now we are doing January, April, and the second semester is May to October. And it is structured as such. Whereas we had 13 weeks of lectures previously, now we have 11 weeks, 1 week of revision, and 2 weeks of examination. And so the total currently is 14 weeks for the academic session. That's per semester. And each academic year, of course, is divided into 2 semesters. So depending on the program that you have applied to do, the duration is different. For MA, MSc, well, so this is MSc, MA, I believe this is business school, yeah. So you have 2 semesters for first, the full-time, 4 semesters for part-time. And for MBA and MPA and equivalent, as well as MPhil, you have 4 semesters for full-time. And PhD is 4 years for the full-time, and for the part-time, that is 6 years. I don't know if there are any PhD students on the call. For some which normally the semester is 8 weeks, 6 weeks of teaching, 1 week of revision, and 1 week of examination. Now, I believe these details have been shared already. Prof, is it okay to skip, Prof. Yado?
Yes, I believe we can skip.
All right, right. Okay, thank you. So I'll skip the graduation requirements. And I want to speak to the Graduate Studies Committee. Now, in each unit, so in each department, there's a Graduate Studies Committee. And they are supposed to support you in your activities as a student. They are supposed to guide you in the selection of your courses. And as you head into your research project, so either it's long essay or your those doing MPhil, they are supposed to support you in the formulation of your research topics, recommend supervisors for you, and also submit progress reports on your behalf. And as a requirement for submission of thesis or dissertation, you are supposed to include a plagiarism report, and your supervisors or the Graduate Studies Committee is expected to also guide you with that process. So look out for the members or the chair of the Graduate Studies Committee in your department. And if you need any support, they are there to help with that. As indicated by the earlier speaker, for some reason, you may have to interrupt your study program. But note that you need to write through your head of department in advance if for any reason you have to interrupt your program. And you need also to wait and receive the feedback, that is the approval, before you proceed on the, to either defer or to interrupt your study. We realize that some students don't even put in the application at all, and then they take off, and only to write back to say that they want to resume their program. That is not allowed. Also, when you put in the request, you need to wait for the approval before you proceed. Otherwise, you will be deemed to have abandoned your studentship. And subsequently, it may mean being withdrawn from the program you have registered for. And the registrar will be notified in that regard. Again, if it becomes necessary to apply for an extension because you are unable to complete your program within the normal period, you need also to apply for the extension, put in a request through your head of department. The processes are contained in the relevant handbooks. But if you need clarification, of course, you can find out from your department or from the graduate school. Depending on the program, you would have different periods that are approved for extension. There's also readmissions. Sometimes some students apply for readmission because their studentship may have lapsed. They apply for interruption of their program and they did not resume at the time when they were supposed to, based on the approval period. So then they lose their studentship. Or if a student fails their thesis or dissertation, then they may also have to apply for readmission. And in all cases, there's a period within which to apply, and then there's also the window that spans the approval. So you need to take note of all of that, put in the application at the appropriate time, and note that you have timelines within which the approval will be given for the readmission. All the details are in the handbook, and you can always seek clarification if it becomes necessary. And the last point I would want to touch on is plagiarism. So this is a matter that has very serious implications. Before you submit your thesis or your dissertation, and indeed your long essay as well, you are supposed to have run it through the 1018 software, and this is on the Sakai Learning Management platform. You submit your write-up through it and make sure that you have generated a report, and this is a requirement for the submission of your thesis, dissertation, or long essay. And we expect that supervisors or the Graduate Studies Committee support you in doing that. The university has the plagiarism policy, and a summary of the information says that. So overall, the similarity index between your work and, of course, wherever you have quoted from should not exceed 20%. And for single source similarity index, we expect that this does not exceed 2%. Whereas for an unbroken string, the acceptable number of words should not exceed 10 words. So this is a summary of the information in the plagiarism report. And your plagiarism score, the report, should always be included in the thesis submission. And we expect that you get help in trying to go around this. Yeah, so I'm done. I think these are the highlights that I would like to share regarding the regulations for graduate school, but I'm happy to take any questions or shed more light. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Prof. Sako. I want to believe that the questions will come in, but I believe as Dr. Brahma and yourself have expounded on these issues, the students are becoming quite clear as the days, the hours draw by. So at this point, I believe beyond any questions that may come up so far, I'm not sure I've seen any yet. Let me check again and be sure.
There's a hand up. There's
yes.
one.
Okay. I
Okay.
see a hand up here. So let me see. And so I see Somwa Papayao. So Papayao, you can unmute and speak up.
Please, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
In professor's presentation, I saw seminar, and I want her to throw some light on it. What does it entail? Seminar 1, seminar 2. What does it entail?
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So for the requirements for graduation, for all programs that are 1-year programs, the students are required to present a seminar. And the details for this, I would say, are program specific. But largely or essentially, it's a presentation by the students on maybe some articles that you'll be required to read on and make a presentation to the department. So every student is supposed to give a seminar, 1 seminar per year for 3 credits. So if you are doing a 1-year program, you'll give 1 seminar. For 2-year programs, you'll give 2 seminars, 1 per semester, 3 credits each. But the details of that depends on the department.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so very much. So I believe we have another hand beyond Papaya. We have Ruth. So Ruth, you may unmute and speak up.
Okay, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, my question is actually in regards to the first lecture that we had. Somebody is done with the 2-year course, but then just like he or she has passed every course, just that the GPA is below the 2.8 because of maybe a lot of C's. What does the person do? Does the person have to write resets for the C's or opt for new additional courses in order to upgrade the GPA? That's my question.
Okay. May I answer that, Prof?
Yes, please. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yes, Ruth, thank you. So the limit is 2.5, not 2.8. So a C is a pass. That means that if you get a C in a paper, you cannot rewrite that paper. You cannot resit that paper because a C is a pass grade, right? So within the department, if there are electives, okay, related electives, then you could take those ones in order to show up your GPA. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So I believe the students are clear. So what it means, like Dr. Brahma said earlier, do not aim for a C. Try to avoid it as much as possible. That way.
Yeah.
And then it makes life much easier.
Easier for everybody. Yes.
So, all right. So we go on to see who is next. Who wants to? We have Frida. So Frida.
Yes, good evening, Prof. So my question is with regards to the plagiarism. I know that even there, the word there or S, it's even a word considered as a plagiarism word. Is there any action taken towards that so that you don't have multiple of that? Because I believe that thesis would come with a lot of these very common words that will come in.
Yes. So if you look at the third point here, it says when you have the unbroken string, you know, not exceeding 10 words. Is that okay? So, I mean, when you are you are quoting from some source. I mean, you can paraphrase, turn the words around so that you don't have that unbroken string. So it's not going to just pick up there as a word and then score it. Okay. So you are looking at similarity index. You are looking at single source similarity index, and then you are looking at the unbroken string of a number of words. Is that clear? So it's not going to just pick up words at random and then score. I mean, there. It's an article. You find it everywhere. It's not just going to pick it up from your write-up and then score against you. It's how you make your presentation.
Okay,
hello, are you
so
there?
I think that.
Okay.
I think, but then we have Gladys Ofori.
Hello. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doctors, my question is, at this point, is it too late to change a program? For example, if I registered for an MSc and I want to do an MBA, or an MBA and I want to do an executive MBA, is it too late to change right now after registration has been done?
No, it is not.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay,
please.
yeah. It is not, but you should know that there may be implications for fees. Okay, because the different courses come with different fee structure. So you can write to apply for the change in program. Yes, but there may be fee implications. Prof. Fiado, you may add on.
Yes. Usually we say it's not late, but what we also do is try not to encourage the switching. So because after what it does is that within the system, then it means they have to migrate you from one point. And when you have quite a number of those migrations for months on end, you may actually see that your MIS word is not populated accordingly. So when we get into sometimes enter grades because you're changing. But since you have just started, yes, if you want to trigger that, you may go ahead, but we normally do not encourage. We are encouraged that you be quite certain what you want to do before you get on board the program so that it makes life easier. There are quite a number of you, so we try to minimize the crisscrossing so that we don't mess up your records. Yes, I believe that's okay. I know we have a few hands up, but could you hold on to some of your questions and then we can have the presentation from the team to give some extra information about the UGBS, and then we can take all the questions together. So in that regard, I'd like to call on Mr. Emmanuel Pokusakwadie and Professor James Baba Abugre to take over the scene and then help us to get the sessions clear, and then we now open the floor fully for all the questions that emerge accordingly.
Okay, that's right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Prof. We agree. Thank you very much, Prof. We are grateful. Prof. Fiado, Assistant Registrar in charge of Academic Affairs, Ms. Marjorie Quest, will speak on the next topic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Quest, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Marjorie Quest. I am the Assistant Registrar for Academic Affairs. I'm here to give you some general information, some little things you should know about the University of Ghana Business. So here at the University of Ghana Business School, we have two campuses. We have the main campus, and then we have the graduate campus as well. So as you can tell from the name, graduate campus, anything which has to do with our graduate students, from lectures, exams, our program offices, everything that you need is always already located and made easy for you at the graduate campus. Okay, so please, as you can all see, this is a picture of our graduate campus. So our graduate campus is located on the Legon Medina Road. We are directly opposite the Goyle filling station. So as a graduate student, this is where you be coming at any time of day for your lectures. So let me give you a brief tour of the University of Ghana Business School graduate block. It's a 5-floor graduate building. And on the ground floor, we have an ICT lounge for our students. We have some eateries. When you come and you need food, you don't need to go all the way outside. You can get food from within the premises. We have a baby room as well. And then here at the business school, we know that we have our students, and then most of our students are mothers, have babies, maybe for one or two reasons. One particular day, you may need to bring your baby to lectures. Now imagine if you're a weekend student, you come to lectures from 7:30 in the morning and you have to close at 5 o'clock. And here you are with your baby, with your mother. So what will happen is that they'll typically be waiting for you in the car, waiting for you to finish. Then you as a student, you are in the lecture hall, you are physically present in the lecture hall, but your mind is outside. You are thinking about what is going on outside, what's going on with your baby. So University of Ghana Business, we provided what we call a baby room. A baby room is basically a waiting area where your baby and your caregiver can wait for you. If it's the entire day that will take for you to do your lectures, you have your lectures, they can be there the whole day. We have some amenities over there. We have baby cots, we have a television set, some toys, anything to make the stay of your baby and then your caregiver as comfortable as much for you. And then you as a student, it gives you peace of mind to go on with your study throughout the day. It's free, you don't need to pay anything. All that we ask is that when you're coming, bring somebody who is a caregiver who will take care of your child for all the hours you will be away. And then for the baby room, we take babies from, let's say, maybe a few days old up to 2 years. It's open to all of you, so you can bring your babies as well. And then on the first floor, we have our faculty lounge. We have our EMBA program office as well. So if you are doing the EMBA program, this is your office. If you come to campus, you have any issues, just visit the EMBA office. It's located on the first floor. So on our first floor, second floor, third floor, we have faculty offices. So our faculty, you find them in the offices over there. And then we also have an office we call the graduate office. That is located on the second floor. So the graduate office takes care of the needs of all our MBA students, MPA, MPhil, PhD, regular students. So this is your program office. This is where you go when you have an issue. You have the international relations office as well, located on the second floor. Yesterday, the acting dean told you a bit about the international relations office. I know you are all aware about the office and what you have a library, and then it's located on the first floor, the second floor, third floor, and then the fourth floor. And then we have the one-year programs office, which is located on the third floor, room 3W9. We have classrooms. We have classrooms on the east wings and then on the west wings. No, the way the building has been designed, we have labeled our classrooms according to wings. So I'm sure for most of you, as you receive your timetable, you see maybe the venue for your lecture is 0W4. That means that you are going for your lectures at the east wing. If you see W, that means you're going on the west wing. So for our PhD students, we have a PhD lounge as well. We have a business center on the 4th floor. If you need to make brand copies, print, whatever it is you need, they can help you with that as well. Okay, so more of the facilities. We have staircases, then we have 2 elevators. So if you're like me, and then when you take the staircase, you run out of breath easily, you can take the elevator as well. We have a generating plant. So once the light goes off, put it on, and the lectures continues as usual. And then we have Wi-Fi as well. So as your students, all you need are your credentials, your ID number, and then your PIN, and then you can log in. Then we have a facilities officer. The name of our facilities officer is Miss Edna Amaya. Okay. So I know you've heard a lot about program officers. So our program officers are basically responsible for managing your academics. So as a student, from when you come in up until when you graduate, everything you will need, program officers there, we are there to support you, to assist you with every single thing that you need to make your stay here a comfortable one. So let me quickly take you through the administrative staff of our program officers. So for the EMBA office, we have Mrs. Marjorie Beko. She is the program manager, and then she's assisted by Ms. Jennifer Baketi. And then for the graduate office, our program manager is Mr. Christopher Sono, and then he's assisted by Ms. Oforiwa J and Mr. Foster Kuju. For our 1-year program officers, we have Mrs. Abna Patriankra, Mr. Jeffty Hato, and then Ms. Tyra Tegu. So Mrs. Abna Patriankra is the program manager. So if you're a 1-year student, you have any issue, you just visit them on the 3rd floor. They will assist you with anything that you need. So let me quickly take you through some housekeeping rules. So please do not eat in the classrooms, in the ICT lounge, and then in the library. No partying is allowed as well. And then please do not litter in the classrooms. We've provided so many dustbins around. So when you eat or use whatever it is and you want to dispose of it, kindly use the dustbins that we've provided around. And then please don't place your feet on the walls as well. And then that's also very important. Please do not clog the water closets. Sometimes when you go and people try to flash things that are not supposed to be flashed, and it creates a lot of problems as well. And then please, if you want to organize an event in the facility, you need to request for permission. So you need to request for the permission through the facilities officer, and then at least you should do that, and at least latest by 1 week in advance to the event that you want to have. So communication. So the University of Ghana, basically, we give our information to our students through our website. The University of Ghana website is www.ugn.edu.gh. The University of Ghana Business School also has a website as well. So any information, announcements, you find that on the website. The website is www.ugbs.edu.gh. So emails. As you receive your admission letters, you would see that you have your email addresses over there. So you can use your emails as well. And then at the program offices for our special programs and even all our graduate programs, we tend to use the email addresses you use to apply. So for most of you who received your links and your timetable, realize that you've got apart from the school's email address, the email address you also provided, we are able to give you information through that one as well. So please, from time to time, check that one as well. And then the University of Ghana Business School recently launched an app. It's called the UGBS Dero app. You can get it on Google Play Store, on the Apple App Store. So there's an app where we put out information to our students. So when you go on the app, see timetable, you see anything and everything which has to do with the University of Ghana Business School. It's aimed at helping you to get information fast. So I would encourage all of you to visit the Play Store, visit the Apple Store, and then please download the app. It's very important. Then social media platforms. As some of you are already aware, we have created a WhatsApp platforms for you. So from time to time, we will share information with you on that platform. And then the class reps, once we give them information, they can share information with you through the platform. So fees. All our fees are quoted in Ghana cedis except for our international students. And our fees should be paid in the, as you already know, into the GCB bank, into the UGBS special fee collection account. Okay. So let me quickly take you. This is very important. So you need to pay your full fee payment is required every semester. I think for most of you, the special program students, when you get your admission letter, you see like the total fees. And when you read further, it gives you a breakdown of how much you're paying each semester. So we are saying that for every semester, please pay the full fee which is involved. If you're able to pay the total amount, we are happy. It's good. But then if you can and you break it into installments, please try as much as possible to pay the full fee which is required for that particular semester. And then here at the business school, we understand that times are a bit hard, so it's a bit difficult to come by money. So we are flexible. What we say is that if you don't have money to pay 100% all the food, you can pay 50%, minimum 50%. Once you pay the 50%, it would allow you to be able to register. But you would have to pay the other 50% before you write your exams. So please take notes. And if we are not able to register, you will not be able to participate as a student in quite a number of activities that we have within the school. So to be able to qualify, to be able to register for exams every semester, you need to be able to have paid your full fees. So, and then it is your responsibility to ensure that you check regularly, you check your accounts. If you have an issue, maybe you've paid fees and it's not been credited, you draw the attention of the UGBS accountant, and then we will help you sort it out. And please, and there's also your responsibility to confirm payments and keep all receipts for inspection at any time. Okay, so still on the fees, let me just take you briefly through some figures. So for long essay extension, that means you are not able to submit your long essay within the time you're supposed to. You would have to pay 2,313 Ghana cedis at the University of Ghana Business School to be able to register and then submit your long essay. If you should have completed and then you're not able to finish, you are not able to, you didn't pass a paper, you failed and you need to rewrite and you are done with school, you would have to pay 1,157 Ghana cedis for course or paper. If you are already in school, you're in school and then you failed and you are trying to rewrite, you pay 222 Ghana cedis. So we would like to encourage all of you to study hard and then please pass your papers as well for us, then you wouldn't be found in this category. So I think, as I said yesterday, the acting dean spoke a lot about our international programs office. So here at the business school, we organize international study tours for our students. The aim is basically to enhance the program and equip students with problem solving and creative thinking skills. So I'm sure a lot of you will be interested in our program officers, international programs officers. So for the international programs office or international relations office, it's located on the second floor, as I said earlier, room 2W9. The email address of the office is irugbs@ug.edu.gh. And the principal officer in charge is Mrs. Yvonne Barnier. You can see her email address is ybarnier@ug.edu.gh. The telephone number is also listed over here. So we used to go, as you were told, we were going on study tours. Because of COVID, we took a break. So this semester, we are going back. We start our tours, study tours. So hopefully, March 2023, that's the date we've set. We'll be doing a study tour. We'll be going to somewhere in America to visit other universities. And then the estimated amount that we are looking at is $8,300. So if you are interested, you can start preparing for the trip. If you are interested, so as I've said, the details of the office is over there. If you want, you can walk into the office and then make all the inquiries you need. The coordinator is Professor Aliklim Ablon. Okay, so let me quickly take you through some security. So please do not leave your valuables in the cars, your parked cars. The University of Ghana Business will not be responsible for any theft or any items of students that are stolen. Then please, as much as possible, try to adhere to the instructions by our security personnel. We are here to help you. So when they are trying to speak to you, please listen to them and then do what they tell you accordingly. So let me just take you through our contacts. For our EMBA office, let me quickly just give you the email address. The email address of the EMBA office is emba@ug.edu.gh. Telephone number is over here as well. 050-9489-134. For the graduate office, that is for MBA, MPA, MPhil, PhD students. If you have any issues or any concerns, you can send us an email. The email address is wmba@staff.ug.edu.gh. Telephone number is 0303-964332. And then the last office is the 1-year program office. Email address is ugbsweekend@ug.edu.gh. And the phone number is 059-5508-270 or 030-964338. Thank you very much. So we'll just leave the contact details on the screen for a while. Those of you who want to take that up, you can do so. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Celestine. Then, so even as you take the details, and we want to find out if Professor James Abugure is on the call.
Prof, we'll have Mrs. Marjorie Beko to speak to us on the AMBA, yes. And just to add, for those who have still raised your hands, as you can see, we have some of our program officers who are on the Zoom call and they are responding to questions that are being raised by your colleagues. So we would encourage that even as the session is going on, please send your questions there, put it in the chat box. They will respond to it for you so that you don't keep too much time asking people to unmute and speak and all that. Okay, so we'll kindly plead with you that send your messages there. They will respond to it. Now you have their numbers. So it's easier for you to contact them. Thank you. Prof, so Mrs. Marjorie could speak to us.
Yes, that's much. The floor is yours.
To hear you. Good to hear you, Prof.
Good to hear you too.
To be on the EMBA because there are different requirements for the different graduate programs. So if you're not an EMBA student and you find that some of the things I'm saying do not apply to you, don't worry. This is particularly for the EMBA student. I want to say that the main things that I would like you to be really concerned about have been highlighted by all our speakers. So it makes it very easy. Just to reiterate.
Mrs. Beko, I think your sound is very low.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Now it's better.
Oh dear. Is it all right now?
Yes, now it's better.
It's better. Okay. All right. So I was saying that we've had very good speakers deliberate on all the important things, but I just want to re-emphasize University of Ghana websites is very, very important. The UGBS homepage is also very, very important. And then the Sakai that they went through yesterday is also very, very important. So if those three are a must, if you have any issues with them, please let us know. They are pages that you should look at daily or at least every other day. Whatever updates the necessary would be put there. I believe that the EMBA students have received the timetable. You should have received the academic calendar, which after this session, when you are no longer freshmen, navigating
University of Ghana website, you go down to academic calendar and you should be able to find it. Because as the Vice Dean of Graduate School was saying, when there are any changes, it will be reflected in the academic calendar. And it behoves of us to go there and look for that information. But for now, I know that we've sent it to you. And then you also have your schedule. You know, we are carrying out a blended program, in person and online. And I know that you should have received the schedule. We're coming to school in person coming Monday. That's November the 21st. Monday to Friday, 6 to 8:30 or 6 to 9. And it will be wonderful if you all came. So if after this short discourse you have any other questions, we'll be there in person to address a few for you. In addition to that, we've sent you your groupings. So you should have group 1 and group 2. Please make sure you find your name in a group. If you don't, when you come on Monday, see me, we'll put you in a group. But for all those who have paid, now they should be in a group. So look for your names in your groups and note your groups, and then juxtapose that with your timetable so you know what course you are having when. We have also told you a lot about registration already, so I will not belabor the point. Save that if you still have challenges after you have tried to register, please make the effort to register first. If you still have challenges, then the IT guys have been very kind. They say you should just take a screenshot of what you see when you attempt to register. And then please scribble this number down. Let me just call it out for you. It's a WhatsApp line. So it's not a call line, it's a WhatsApp line. You take a shot of what you see when you are attempting to register. That poses a challenge, and the IT team will respond to you. It's 0500 73 8053. So I'll take that again. 0500 73 8053. Okay, so I hope we got that right. The only thing I wanted to add about the registration is there was a question somebody asked in the chat box, that how do I know I have successfully registered? If you successfully go through the registration process, there should be a prompt. There should be a prompt that you have successfully completed your registration, and it gives you the option to print your proof of registration. Please make the effort, take the trouble and print your proof of registration. Because if you do and you submit it to our office, we're able to just check to make sure that you use the right code for the correct course. You use the right code for the correct course. And we can help you make corrections within the registration period if there's anything amiss. But if you don't print it and we don't know, and it's exam time, and you find that you have registered for courses that were not supposed to be, because some are very similar, it's only the codes that will determine which one you should have written and which you shouldn't have. Then it'll be way too late to make any of those changes. So please. And then I heard also the Vice Dean talking about the university being very nice about accommodating changes, and Prof. Theodore also saying that yes, she doesn't want to discourage you too much, but she wouldn't encourage. All right, let me be the bad one and say that we strongly discourage it. We strongly discourage it. What happens is, in order to have the integrity of our academic system, we have checks and balances and all the computers and stuff we put together. So even when you have been cleared to change this, your option or specialty, you might find that when you have graduated, because the systems are so robust and we don't want people going in and changing marks, you'll find that it will still register for your certificate, the same one that you entered in. And then when you're maybe looking for funding somewhere else, or it's time to go for another award for further degrees, you find that you are stuck with an old program that you didn't go through. I would strongly, strongly advise that having had time to think about what you want to do, you just go through your course. Unless there are really extenuating circumstances, we strongly recommend that you don't change midstream. The last but one thing I want to say is that our WhatsApp platforms are genuine. They are legitimate means of communication, but it's not just everybody writing to just anybody. You have course reps who are the administrators of these platforms. I would really recommend that each one of you does a 2-pin WhatsApp verification, two-step pin verification for the WhatsApp, because these days the hackers are really bad, so that you don't compromise other people on the group. If everybody does it, then you are all safe. It's a legitimate way. If you have any discussions, forward them to the group, and we'll be communicating with you from there as well. And then this is something that doesn't apply to you now, but you certainly need it much, much later. I want to say now, and I hope that you can have it as some kind of mantra, that the deadline for the submission of your long essay is the last day of teaching of your final semester, so that you will not be in year 2, sem 2, and then you come to the EMB office and ask, what is the deadline for submitting our long essay? I'm saying here and now that it is the last teaching day, the last day of lectures for your final semester, year 2, sem 2. And I say this because the long essay for EMBA students is different from the thesis for MPhil students and other regular master students. So for the long essay for the EMBA guys, you must have it ready on the last day of teaching of your last semester. I think and now that you have all our numbers, we'll do our best to assist you navigate this education experience, and I hope it would be a memorable one, as Prof. Veras has said earlier. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Majubek, for clarifying the issue. So I keep on seeing a number of you seem to have challenges activating your emails, finishing up your registrations. So please do contact the program office with a phone number provided, and they will help sort you out. So kindly reach out to the program office via email and via the phone number provided in the chat box, and they will respond to your challenges. At this point, I believe we're going to take some tidbits from the program chairs. So which program chair is available?
Prof, I think that we'll take the questions rather. If you don't have anything, I think that you are a program chair. So if you have something to say, if not, we would want to take the questions.
Okay, all right. So I think a lot of issues have been addressed, but there are a few things I think should come to the attention of the students. Now, as much as possible, we seek to provide an enjoyable experience for all students who come onto our program. But in as much as we know that we can actually have a vision, but then there could be glitches in the execution of that vision and mission, it so happens that, yes, sometimes your experiences both in and out of the lecture room may not be the best. And it is important that in our quest to improve quality, we get feedback from our clients who are our students. And so in that regard, at the end of every semester, there's typically what we refer to as the lecturer course evaluation. Now, let me add that this is very critical. A number of students over the years have the fear that because in filling the form, or in accessing the form, not in filling the form, in accessing the form to fill, they have to go through their MIS portals. They have the notion that whatever they write concerning a lecturer is visible to a particular lecturer and so forth. Suppose fear of victimization. They desist from giving us feedback, which we can use to improve on a program. So if it turns out that a particular faculty member, for example, has not fully delivered, it is important that we know. If it means building the capacity to deliver the right way, or taking the person of the program as we improve upon it, this can only happen when we have concrete evidence. So let me assuage your fears by indicating that, let me allay the fears by indicating that you access the MIS web with your PIN to get access to the form, because we do not want strangers who are not constituents of the university. But beyond accessing the form through the MIS portal, everything you fill is anonymous. So the comments only come to the HOD and later to the faculty as comments. They do not come with names, and they do not come with faces or anything for that matter, but they come as a, so I teach a course, let's say, finance and small enterprise for business development, or finance and small enterprise development. If at any point there were issues at the end of the semester, beyond sending a direct email to the coordinator, it is important that you do this survey that we give out, and so that we can get feedback and concrete evidence by which we can take some steps. And that is even more anonymous for you. So I'll encourage students to always make it a point to fill out this lecture evaluation forms. Secondly, the issue of the grade points at the point of exit has been raised. But more importantly, over the years, we find that a number of students never bother to check their MIS portal to be sure that their results are reflecting accordingly. And they only notice when it is time for graduation. At that point, it becomes very difficult to correct anomalies, because sometimes the system has been closed to make room for the next phase of graduation. So I'd like to use this opportunity to encourage all of you, every now and then, make sure you check your MIS portal to ensure that, one, you are properly registered, because a lack of proper registration means that a course you have registered but not done properly for will not show up in the portal of the lecturer for the purposes of grade entry. And so whilst everybody may receive their grade, you will not be receiving your grade. So please make it a point to constantly check your MIS portal and notify us immediately where you encounter an anomaly, like a grade not appearing when everyone else's grade has appeared. And then also the need to, as much as like which I've mentioned earlier, give us feedback. It's very important, even as we seek to improve the quality of our services. Yeah, so I think at this point, the floor now opens. Let me see which other questions we have in the chat box. Are the seminars going to be virtual? The weekend, I believe week one, I think it's supposed to be physical, in person. All things being equal, but I also believe that a number of faculty, depending on where they are at this point in time, may request to have a virtual class, depending on where they find themselves at this point. Secondly, somebody is asking if they can maintain their old student ID. Typically, yes, unless the system is failing to pick up your old ID by virtue of a change in name or an addition or a subtraction. So if, for example, you've changed your name or there's something quite different, it may. So you can still contact the program office to find out what the possibilities are as to whether the system will allow, now that it has issued a new ID number. The recordings, I believe, will be made available to you, but more importantly, the persons who did the presentations are readily available both in person and by email. So you could still be sending emails to get. So activating your emails, if you still have challenges, reach out to the program office and they'll link you to the ICT unit who will then. Now, when we say classes start on Monday, Monday is 21st for regular students, but weekend students will therefore start on the Thursday typically. So whilst the mainstream regular students will start on Monday and end lessons on Friday, your courses will start at the end, towards the end of the week. So that is how come you are starting on. In terms of changing a course wrongly registered, yes, please reach out to the program office and they will help you to correct that portal. You use to access the MIS portal, you need your ID number and your PIN, which you can generate. So when you get to the MIS portal, you use your ID and the PIN and you can generate temporary ones and then get in. So evening lessons, those who are doing EMBA means you're starting Monday evening. So that's kindly noted. Now, will there be an online option for on-site classes? Yes, arrangements are being made, so you will still get in touch with the program office to determine whether for your particular class the arrangement has been completed. And then yeah, if you have a different ID from the one you use during the DACA, it's still fine. It still refers to you. I had a case, I returned to the same UGBS to do my master's, but I ended up with a different ID. So once in a while, the system refuses to give you the same ID, and sometimes I'm not sure what actually triggers it, but the program office may support in getting that resolved if it's possible, but I'm not too sure. And then I hear Kobe has a question. Please type it in the box so that then with the study tours, can we use our student IDs to serve as our passports, or you need a valid passport like you're traveling? Your student ID is only to confirm that you are a student of Legon, and for that matter, the school will take charge of some of your processes for you. As to whether Monday class, I believe in this case, whether the class will be virtual or not will depend on, so please get to your respective class WhatsApp group pages and get the details from there.
Bro.
Yes.
Yes. Just to add, I think that the timetable has been sent to everybody with the schedule via email and on the WhatsApp page. So every student who has been given admission by the University of Ghana to run programs at the business school, you all have your timetable. The timetable has been sent to you already. So depending on the program you are on, you might have a lecture on the 21st. Somebody will not have a lecture on the 21st. So when Prof says lectures are starting on Monday, it does not necessarily mean that all of you on different programs are having lectures on Monday. Your program might, because of your timetable, you must start your lecture on Wednesday or even Thursday, just as we were doing when we're having our undergrad lectures. All of us do not go for the same lecture. There are different times. So please, just pay attention to the timetable that has been sent to your emails. If you have not seen it in your inbox, look at your junk or your spam. It is there. Just check from there, and then we have given you the program office numbers. Just get in touch with them and their email addresses. Just send them an email, and then they will respond to you. For Prof, I think that's it. Yes. For those who want to access the MIS portal, please, the MIS portal is on the University of Ghana webpage, the main University of Ghana page. And the academic office has sent to you all the steps through which you can do your registration. So please kindly refer to your materials and assist yourself in doing the registration. Prof, I think that, yes, for those who have different IDs, please do not worry. Prof, I spoke to the IT group and they indicated that they are giving new index numbers to even our undergrad students, those who had their undergrad programs at
Oh.
UG. Yeah, so don't worry at all. They are going to sync the new one with the old one, so you still be able to have your academic record. So do not worry if your index number that has been given for your graduate program is different from what you had for your undergrad. Do not worry, it's not a problem at all. Okay.
Okay. So then I think.
Yes, and then I think the last one, there are some who are saying that they want to know whether a program is a core course or it's an elective course. I think that also had been sent to you. The courses that were sent to you for your registration clearly indicated which courses are core and then which courses are elective. So please go back to the materials and the emails that were sent to you from our program offices. You have all the information. Almost about 99% of the questions that are being asked here have been provided for you already in the document that was sent to you. And so we'll keep repeating ourselves when it's easier for you to just refer to the document that was sent to you. And almost all the questions that you are asking here have been answered there, so that we don't repeat ourselves, because the questions keep coming. And it tells us that most of us have not looked at the document that was sent to us. Thank you. So somebody is asking the duration of the semester. The vice dean spoke about it. Yes, the calendar is now, so we'll have 10 weeks of lecture, and then you have revision week 1 week, and then you write exam 3 weeks. So that has been mentioned to you already. And the timetable also has been sent to you. So you know when lectures are starting, you know when we are breaking, you know when examinations start. So all this information are there. Okay, if you are not on the WhatsApp page, please send the program that you are on. We have given you their contact, so please contact them so that you can have access to it. If the emails, the timetable has been sent to the email that you used to register for the program, not to the University of Ghana email that has been created for you. Please, when you were filling the form, you had an email address that you provided. So maybe yteboa@gmail.com. That's the email address you provided to us. So that is where we have sent all the correspondence to. We have not sent it to your UG student email, because you are now going to activate that email. So it will not make a lot of sense for us to send an email to an address that has not been activated yet. So we've sent everything to your personal email. So please check your personal emails. If you don't find it in the inbox, check the spam, please. So if you are not on the WhatsApp page, we have given you the contact to your groups, your programs. Please send your message or an email and they will put you on. Are we reporting to campus on Monday for EMBA lecture or virtual? Please check your timetable. There's a schedule there that tells you the first one is, the dates are all there. So you know that all of you. So please, if you are doing an EMBA and you are coming, let's say, for physical on Monday, it does not mean that somebody who is doing an MBA is also coming for physical on Monday. Do not mix it up, because your programs are different, your courses are different, and you have your timetables accordingly. So if, let's say, you have a friend who is doing a program in HR, an MBA program in HR, and you are, let's say, you are doing an MSc in another department, please do not compare and indicate that because the person is coming for a physical lecture, it automatically means that you are also coming for a physical lecture. You are in 2 different departments and running 2 different courses. So please, just go back to the materials that we have given to you. If you read it, you realize that a lot of the questions you are asking here have duly been answered. Okay. Please, we are not going to give you study materials in hard copy. Please, the lecturers are going to send you the study materials via soft copy materials. We are not going to charge you for hard copy materials. No, we are not going to do that. Prof, do you have any questions that you think that you can answer for us?
I think I'm not sure there are any questions here. Somebody says they've applied to change their program and it's pending. So which lectures are you to start? So you may go to the new program, because all things being equal, the changes will be made. Yeah, the cohorts are the same as class grouping. So be on the lookout to see which grouping you have been placed in. And then, yes,
somebody is,
MSc is eligible. Any MSc program BA is eligible for a PhD program after graduation. So it's all about what the subsequent PhD program requires. So for some PhD programs, yes, they require that you should have done a master's by research as well. So yes, those ones may be, and then of course, even for those ones, they have pathways they expect you to do to show up what they think you may be lacking. But yes, the MSc is viable for a PhD wherever you want to go.
So, Prof, somebody is asking, what about EMBA?
Yes, an EMBA, typically an EMBA is not the pathway where you want a PhD, but on a few occasions, yes, some schools do consider them. But if you want to do a PhD, and that's why you should have your career aspirations, if you want to do a PhD, then it leads you to a particular pathway, even in choosing the courses you want to pursue. So if you want to pursue a PhD, then you may want to look critically at which program in particular. So an EMBA can still get you a PhD, but it is typically not the normal route to pursue a PhD.
Okay, so I just checked my MIS page, and I realized in my registration course I've been placed in Group A. So does it mean that I am in cohort 1? Please, that is what it means. If you are in A or 1, it's the same thing, please. That is what it is. So that's what somebody is asking. With MA Management and Administration, we're giving 5 core courses. How many are we to register? Please, the underlining word is core. So you have to register all. If we say core course, it means that all must be registered. So if it is 5 core courses that you were given, as you are saying, then please register all. Thank you. Somebody say, are we to register for our core courses on Sakai, or it would reflect automatically, because I've not been able to locate courses on Sakai.
It reflects automatically.
Yeah, it reflects automatically.
Videos can, yes. And lecture videos are usually loaded after the class, unless, of course, the lecturer indicates in advance that it will be only. So that the classes are not just online in terms of a video has been recorded, come and watch it and go. No, there is an interaction. So most of the time, a lesson can go on. Yes, there will be nuances where a lecturer may decide to load a pre-recorded video online, but will still come to class to engage on the material. The reason you may be getting the pre-recorded video in advance is for you to watch the video so that when you come to class, you can engage more holistically. That's the issue.
Yeah, so how do I access course materials? Please, when you start the lecture, the lecturers will give you your course materials. Okay, when you start the lecture as a class, you will have a class rep, you have a main person that the lecturer will give to, so that all these things are available to you. So do not worry at all. When you start lectures, God willing, next week, all these questions, the lecturers will assist you with all of them. So don't worry at all. Okay, so somebody says, can you differentiate between calendar and timetable for me? There's an academic calendar. The academic calendar is for the whole university. So we have a first semester calendar, a second semester calendar. That is the academic calendar. It tells you the activities that take place within each semester. The timetable is specific to you, your program that you are running. You are given a timetable that is specific to your program. The academic calendar is a general thing for the whole University of Ghana, and your timetable is something specific for your course only. Okay, Mr. Isaac Bahum, I know you. You are my very good friend. Please, that is it. I'm a regular student, and I'm in need of residency accommodation. But I was informed to wait for some online link to register for accommodation. Meanwhile, we are starting lectures on Monday. I would like to know if there's any arrangement for MSc Accounting and Finance access students. No, if you are an MSc Accounting and Finance access student, then you are not a regular student, Prof. Yes.
Okay, so I think for that, maybe it may be good to contact the coordinator because the main calendar for other graduate programs and other regular programs are yet to start. I guess that is why the main university is still not open yet. So you may want to contact your program coordinator to help iron out that, because it's going to be very specific to a number of people. It's not a general problem.
Okay, so Mary Kwanzaa, so if for a very good reason you can't join an online lecture at the time lectures, please, there are various means, just as during our undergrad time. If for one reason or the other you cannot attend a lecture, you reach out to your class rep, or if the lecturer provides their email and their telephone numbers, you send an email or a WhatsApp to the lecturer and you inform the lecturer that you need to be absent because you have a funeral or you have somewhere going. And the materials will always be available for you to use fresh. Don't mind, okay? Prof, somebody is asking, UG has only EMBA for project management. So what is the way forward if EMBA is not a normal route for PhD?
At this point, that is what is on offer. Within a number of programs, yes, we have a few other courses. There are more courses as opposed to a whole program for that. So we do have a project finance and project management and finance under the MS Development Finance, and it deals with project finance issues in relation to finance elements. So at this point, what we do have as project management as a thematic area broadly is only under the EMBA program. So that's what we have now.
Okay, bro, somebody is asking, for the 1 year program, is it allowed to choose coursework over long essay?
No, essay is compulsory for all 1 year programs.
Okay, so
it's because the reality is that as managers, you need to learn to be able to make coherent reports or business cases to put an agenda in the corporate world, in a setting, wherever. So the long essay is part of the grooming that is required to equip you with the skill to be able to articulate issues, problems that need to be solved, and how to go about solving them. So for the master's program, long essays, project works, they are not negotiable, they are compulsory.
Okay, so Isaac, my second question is, I had my admission letter yesterday and I wanted to register my courses this afternoon. Please, if you receive your admission letter, when you pay your fees, it takes 48 hours for the system to be open for you, for you to register. So please, if you received your letter yesterday and you have paid your fees, give yourself 48 hours. The system will open for you to register, okay? Please, do strike affect us in any way? So for those of you who are on our special program, the strikes do not affect you. So you don't have a problem. The strikes do not affect you. Okay. When is the deadline for payment of the fees for 1 year program? Please, lectures are starting next week. So as much as possible, we entreat you that you should have paid more than 50% by the time lectures begin so that you can register. Because if you don't pay more than 50% of your fees, the system will not enable you to register. So please try. Is there an electronic option for completing school fees? Yes. When we give you the offer for payment, we give you the school's account details. So you can go onto your platform, your bank e-platform, and do the transfer from there with the necessary information, and it will reflect into our account. I have paid the required fees, but I have not received my admission letter. I think that please contact the program office. Let them do a follow-up for you so that you can get your letter, Raphael Bonnie, so that you can get your letter, please. Raphael, what program are you in? So that you just type it so that we can do a follow-up for you. Okay, so Elizabeth, please send us a direct message. They will respond to your issue. Okay, Raphael says MSc Development Finance. What is the duration for PhD after my 1-year program? Please, PhD program is 4 years. 4 years, 4 years, full coursework. If you are doing it as a full-time program, it's 4 years. Randolph, I seem to be asking, but how soon will the lecture videos be uploaded? Please, by next week when you start lectures, the videos will be uploaded for you. Okay. Yes. Vicky, I think we've answered this question. How do I know if I'm in cohort 1 or 2? Please, by your registration, you know if you are in cohort 1. Registration indicates that you are in group, and we have sent the groups to you. What is the way forward if the timetable given does not match the subjects asked to register for? That's not possible, Malik. That's not possible. Yes. Yes, they are bouquets. And so we've given you the ones you are supposed to register. Please, you give us more information. If you want to defer your program, you write to the dean of the graduate school. Yes, so that you defer. No, if you have not registered, then there's no need. You just write to. If you have paid your fees, that's a different thing. But if you have not paid your fees and you have a letter, then please don't worry at all. If you want to defer, that's fine. But if you have paid your fees, then you can write to the dean of the University of Ghana Business School. Then we can defer your program for you. Please, the seminar, Prof. Fayado has already indicated. The Vice Dean of Graduate School has indicated what the seminar entails. An article that your lecturer will give you, you read, and then you do presentations on them, okay?
It varies from course to course. Yeah, so it has more to do with learning to synthesize research material, present them, and engage an audience on it. So it's more of like a presentation seminar. And so depending on what is on the ground, you do presentations on different things, sometimes on your own long essay or course material that has been given. So it's more of a presentation seminar.
Yes, please. Yes, Ibrahim, Isako, please. MSc Accounting and Finance, please look at the timetable and the schedule that has been sent to you. We have repeated this quite a number of times. I think that you need to look at it. See, yes, because it's a MSc Accounting and Finance. It's not a weekend program, it's a 1-year program. So please, lectures face-to-face, check your timetable. Your timetable will tell you where you are supposed to. Okay, if you mistakenly registered for more than what you are supposed to, don't worry. We have what we call add and drop courses period. So when you come to school, that period, we will send you emails. You go back to the MIS and then you can drop the courses that you mistakenly registered. Yeah. So please, we give you all the programs, all the courses. So please, we plead with you. When you go into the system, what has been sent to you, look at it and take that one appropriately. Beg you. How soon can you start working on? Please, some of the questions are questions that when you start school, when you start the lectures, all these ones, the lecturers are going to handle because we have course coordinators. They are going to assist you with all these ones. Please, why do you call some programs special and its characters? I don't understand your question, Steve. What does it mean when you say you call some programs special? These are our programs that we organize for specific groupings within a particular time. So that is why we title it special. I don't know they are not regular programs. You come for lectures Monday to Friday during the day, just as when you were doing your undergraduate programs. Those are regular present. We have master students who come for lectures the regular mode, just as undergraduate students do. So any other program that is outside this other arrangement is called a special program. Okay, thank you. Prof, I think that we need to end here. I think most of the questions that are coming now are questions that answers have been provided already in their emails, that in the information that we have provided onto them. If we don't end it at a point, yes, we'll be here till 9 p.m. because a lot of the questions are questions that they can read and get the answers to. Please.
From regular
Prof,
weekend to regular, that becomes a bigger problem.
Yeah, that becomes a bigger issue. Please,
let me just from regular to weekend, it's easily more accommodating than switching from weekend to regular. They fall under very different jurisdictions. So you may have made admission to the weekend program because that one has made room for a certain number. So you do not get admission onto weekend and then transmit it onto the regular. No. So transmitting from or getting from weekend to regular, typically no. That's the typical answer.
Okay, thank you. So, Prof, I think we need to please go back. Go back to the materials that we have given you, and please go through the materials. We beg you. Thank you.
So, any other challenge, you engage the program office or you email your coordinators and they'll come to you. Yeah. Okay. So, thank you very much, everyone, for the time. We're looking forward to an engaging semester and beyond. Thank you.
Yes, I want to say a big thank you to Professor Vera Fiado. You have always been with us through and through, during our orientations, during our programs. We are so grateful. Thank you. Please, if you come and you have any challenges, please, you already know her name. Look for her and then let her assist.
Don't tell me when I beg you. Send them an email, they'll forward it to me, I'll respond to you. The recording, send an email to the program office, they'll let you have a copy.
Yes. Thank you all.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Bye.